So we at ROQ US are really excited to roll out the ROQ Fit. It's an exciting new press that really takes automation to a different level in a different way. A lot of entry-level shops getting into automation for the first time. They started manual, they're working out of their garage, they're working out of their house, and they're ready to take their business to the next level. But it's hard because you've got to think about, things like moving. Do I move out of my house? Do I move into a shop? Do I take on that lease and all those new utility payments, etc., because I need the space to be able to fit an automatic? Well, we thought through that for you. We thought of the ROQ Fit. This is a press that, no joke, can fit literally in about a 1-car garage, a little bit more. You'd probably want a 2-car garage to get it in, but this allows our at-home printers to take their business to the next level without having, to commit to all the large overhead expenses, all the stuff that comes with generally owning an automatic press. We've priced it to fit a budget, we've made it to fit in your space, and we're excited to have ROQ fit into your business. You kind of have all these things, converge on your business at once. How did you tackle, did you basically separate each one of these operational issues out and go one by one? Was there one solution that you were looking for to solve, multiple different problems? How'd you guys approach that?
Yeah, I'll give maybe a top level perspective on it, and then I'll let Ken talk more about what we did. But I think most people who know our brand well know that we're big believers in investing in the U.S. And so unlike many of our competitor brands, we've kept a substantial footprint in our campus in L.A. where Ken and I are now. We have 4 buildings. We have about 1.2 million square feet under roof. At any given day, there could be up to 1,000 people between the warehouse and the production operation here. So we're big believers in investing in the U.S. and using U.S. resources. So when the packaging requirement came at us, when we realized we had to do something, we did what we always try to do, which is figure out how we can use technology to make it possible and to keep the cost at a level where we can do it competitively in the United States. And so that led us into this effort of just exploring all of the automated packaging solutions we could. And that led us to the decision to make the investment in the ROQ machine, which has been fantastic.
Starting in-house prints felt like drowning. It was like literally jumping into the ocean and just praying that you'd be able to stay afloat. There's never a guarantee that we'd get a job. There's never a guarantee for anything. And I completely stepped out of my comfort zone because since day one, I've always had a job and I was always getting a paycheck. There was never a concern for me about whether I was gonna have money or not. But quitting my marketing job and just completely diving into the in-house prints company, it was really scary. Tyler and I had been looking into purchasing a ROQ for quite a while, and the one thing that really resonated with me that Tyler kept asking was, if you only had 24 hours left to live, how much money would you give to live an extra 24 hours? And immediately I was like, anything. Like I would literally give any penny that I had in my bank account to just have like an extra 24 hours. So really what the ROQ does is you're buying yourself time. There's not a lot of jobs that you could have that you could buy time, and it's completely priceless to have a ROQ.
For me, I wasn't drawn to art until I started screen printing it on shirts. I started realizing how hard screen printing is and how hard recreating people's art actually was. Once I took a deep dive and became addicted to translating art from a computer to a shirt, I gained a passion for art, great art, and recreating that. Since then, I've been drawn to art and working with some of the best artists in the world. My name is Danny Gruninger, founder and CTO of Denver Print House. So with these water-based inks, you have to be really careful and precise that you get your volume by weight accurate. So we've actually got a really good scale here. So I've got to hit 22.8. So usually we want to be within half a point of that. So 22.81 is good. Now we're gonna go on to our next pigment, which is magenta. These pigments like to dry, so you want to agitate them. And now this is our last pigment, our red-blue shade. We're gonna get 5.88 grams of this. So here at Denver Print House, we've spent a lot of time dialing in our pre-press to where the jig that we put on the press to line up the screens, it matches our direct-to-screen identical. The only way a screen print shop can make money is if their press is printing. And coming from the CNC industry, those guys are all about shaving seconds off run times. And I've always had a saying that seconds end up being minutes, minutes end up being hours, hours end up being days, and days end up being dollars. So now we're gonna go through. What I'm doing now is I'm dropping our screen down into our registration pallet and I'm locking it in. ROQ's got a really cool feature called the go-to. I can bring that pallet all the way from print head 1 over to print head 4. So in the CNC shop, they do a lot of lean manufacturing. So they're measuring how far the operators are walking to the press, or in their case, the CNC machine. And we've kind of taken a lot of those concepts and done the same here. Really the best way is just to separate some art on your computer, burn some screens, make some inks, get out on the press, lock your shop doors, try to leave all the distractions behind you, and just start playing around. You'll be amazed of all the different techniques and little shortcuts and cheats that you'll find when you just get on the press and start playing around with things. Technology's definitely changed over the years. We have better screens, mesh, inks. Pretty much everything that we're using now is really improved, so it's made printing a lot easier. And it's kind of bridging the gap between standard printing and digital. And then what's really cool now is just combining the two. So now we've got hybrid, which is combining a screen printed underbase with digital top colors. And doing that, you get really good adhesion to the garment, really good adhesion to the fabric. And then you have the ability to take, a computer file, upload it into the machine, hit print, and you're pretty much printing. When I came into the screen print industry, I was really into separating artwork. So I would see a piece of artwork on the computer and I would look at it. How many colors are in it? What do I need to do to blend to make all those different various colors? And now, instead of separating those colors, what we're doing is we're dealing with it all on the computer, trying to perfect color profiles. So one of the things that I've learned over the years that have really kind of got me to the level that I'm at now is just by honestly breaking the rules. When somebody told me I couldn't do something, that really gave me the motivation to try to get out there and prove them wrong. So for all the aspiring artists and printers and people in the industry trying to get to the next level, just get out there and do it. Don't let people tell you you can't.
Hey, I'm Brett Bowden from Printed Threads in Fort Worth, Texas, and right now I'm standing in front of one of our favorite pieces of equipment, our Lotus Holland reclaim machine. The way this works is we take a screen and we scrape out the bulk of the ink. Once we have it looking like this, we're going to take the screen and put it on the conveyor. The conveyor belt will take the screen into the first section. The first section, as you can see, has a chain with brushes on it and spouts that pour ink wash onto the screen. So ink wash hits the screen and these brushes go up and down to scrub the ink. Once we're done with this station, we move over to the emulsion stripping chamber. Here we have little spouts that pour emulsion remover onto the emulsion before we get to the very last chamber, which is the pressure washing chamber. The pressure washing chamber has a pressure washer on both sides of the screen so that when the screen exits the machine, all the emulsion and all the ink has been cleaned off of the screen. As you can see, this is taking a lot of the messy process of reclaim out of reclaim. Now we can just go in a efficient manner, cleaning about 30 screens per hour with this machine without having to work too hard or get too dirty. The machine itself is very simple. There's not a lot of crazy moving parts. There's several filters. We replace filters every week, and then we just top off our chemical levels based on the ratio we've been provided by our chemical manufacturers. This machine is perfect for any shop doing over 50 screens a day. What better thing to have in your print shop